Right, so let's talk warehouse jobs. If you're from a small rural town like me, you already know that like the factory and warehouse jobs are like the best way for you to make a lot of money without having to get an education and spend a lot of time in school or developing a whole lot of skills, right? You can just show up, start learning how to drive a forklift or a stand-up lift, and before you know it, you're already making most of the time $15 an hour, all the way up to like $20 an hour, right? Which, it's not a ton of money, but for having no education and no skills otherwise, it's pretty damn good money considering. Like, you'd be making half that at McDonald's or Burger King. So what should you expect when you get your first warehouse job? It's going to be long hours, and in summertime it's going to be very hot, and the wintertime it's going to be very cold, and you're just going to be working a lot, right? Especially if you're like one of the guys who's picking the product and stuff. You're going to be in the aisles all day, moving around, picking up heavy stuff. If you get put on a forklift, which I think is the better, because you don't have to work as hard, but you still got to get on those trucks and load them, and you still got to move pallets around in this hot-ass warehouse with no AC. You've got no fan on your ride, so you're still going to be hot and sweaty all day, and your ass is likely going to chafe a little bit from sitting in that seat all damn day. And it makes your back hurt, too, because your posture is always kind of rounded forward because you're driving, and you kind of have to sit up a little bit. And at least for me, I've never been able to get comfortable driving a forklift, not fully, but yeah, there's days where, no joke, I can do heavy squats working out, and my back still does not hurt as bad as a full day shift on a forklift. It is just unforgiving to your back, right? So whether you're in the aisle picking or you're or you're on the forklift, your back's getting fucked either way. That is for damn sure. In the long hours, right? They tell you you'll start at like 40 hours a week, and you're not gonna be that busy most of the time, and sometimes you will, sometimes you won't. When they tell you that, it's straight bullshit. And what you'll realize is some places are busier in the summertime. So what happens is you're there 50 hours a week, every month, just slaving away in the heat, being miserable as hell. And you'll just be sweating every single day. I mean, there's been days where I'll walk in the door, no joke, the second I clock in, I'm already drenched in sweat before I've even touched anything, before I've moved anything, before I've done anything. Already, just miserable as hell. And on the flip side of things, you got it where on the wintertime, if you're busy, everything's cold as hell. You don't want to move. Your hands are cold. And if you're driving on a forklift especially, because, it's a little bit faster, you just feel all that wind and everything on your hands, your face, your arms. And even when you're wearing a hoodie or even like a face mask, some of the guys in there wear shiesties and stuff. And they still freezing every single day. Like, it is just so cold. And this is in North Carolina, right? I live in North Carolina. So this is with it being 30 degrees out, and it's like 20 in that warehouse. You know what I mean? And I don't know what it is with the management at these places, but it feels like they hire the most incompetent, stupid motherfuckers you've ever met in your life. Like, no joke. I've had a couple good supervisors. Usually the supervisors, like the guys who are on the floor with you all day, you're usually okay. But once you get to where they're actually removed from the floor, it feels like those motherfuckers don't know anything about nothing. Usually whatever you think the worst possible decision they could make would be, that's usually the decision they're going to end up going with. The one that makes the least amount of sense, affects the most amount of people, and gets the least amount of work done, that's the decision they're 9 times out of 10 going to go with. It's insane, honestly. And you can forget about like ever getting a promotion in there. It doesn't matter how hard you work. It doesn't matter how hard you try. And believe me, I'm someone, I go in there, even thinking this way, I still go in there every single day, give it my all. I work as hard as I can. And I've made a few dollars extra here and there on my paycheck, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm still in the same tax bracket. I haven't really gone anywhere. Just making a little bit of extra grocery money every week. That's really about it. And I've been there for 2 years now, so that's why I see a lot of the guys in there, they don't really even try. They're just there to collect the paycheck and go home. And I've been feeling that tug in my own personality lately, and I've had to kind of check myself, like, no, I'm not going to let this place ruin my work ethic, so I stay working hard. I don't expect to get paid or get a promotion for it anymore. I work hard just because I've always been a hard worker, and I'll let them, have that while I'm still there. But I probably ain't gonna end up being there forever. So what's another year of hard work when if I can carry that hard work into whatever I'm passionate about, then I don't have to worry about the warehouse job no more. And I know I'm not the only person who doesn't feel like being there forever, because one thing you'll learn if you do start working in a warehouse is the turnover rate is through the roof. I've never seen so many people come and go, like working in a warehouse like / manufacturing job. It's a revolving door. It might as well be a hotel and not a job, because you'll see just as many people coming in as you see going out every week, every month, every year. And sometimes I had to like stop and catch myself and ask, like, how many people have I actually met while being here? And how many of them do I even remember, right? 'Cause I don't see so many people now. I've probably done forgot half of the people I've seen at that job. And that's the kind of thing that kind of makes you stop and think, like, damn, like this place is just a meat grinder. It's just one slow slog meat grinder of a facility. It feels like playing a MW2 campaign on Veteran, right? Where it's just there to just beat you down, but you just keep coming at it, and it keeps knocking you down, and you keep coming back, and it keeps knocking you down. So there's something to be said there, right, about building that resilience and that willpower. But I would say go build that discipline somewhere else, because the warehouse environment is not the best place to build it. That's for damn sure. And I wish I hadn't wasted so much of my time just giving all this effort and all this work into this job to make someone else rich when I could be working on myself. And over the past couple years, right, I've started doing a workout routine, so I'm getting better at working on myself and putting more of my energy into things I actually care about, like this YouTube channel. And, I have a high work ethic, I have a high drive, high energy, and I'm tired of wasting that energy to make another man rich, to fulfill another man's dreams, when I could be pouring that energy into what I want to do. Yeah, but don't let these jobs beat you down. If you clicked on this video, I'm assuming you worked in a warehouse before, or you're working in one right now, and you can attest to everything I've said here. But at the end of the day, just find time for you, and make sure you're doing things you actually are passionate about. Don't be like me and spend all of your energy and time in one job, doing the same thing over and over as hard as you can, and all the thing you're getting is like a couple raises here and there out of it. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your life. And there's better things outside the warehouse too. Alright guys, this is Placating, and y'all go have a good day.